How many of you have ever faced financial confusion and fear? Maybe that moment has come in an unexpected tax bill from the IRS. Or perhaps it's come when you faced an unexpected medical emergency. Or for some of you, that financial confusion and fear may come in form of facing retirement and selling your business and transitioning into what's next for you. Well, I believe that the best version of yourself can move from financial confusion and fear, and you can move to financial confidence and clarity. Anyone interested in knowing how to do that? Well, I am so excited to share that with you today. And over the next couple of minutes, that's what I'm going to share with you is 2 simple steps. How many steps?
2.
Just 2. And you can read these. When you read them in my book, you will find and learn these strategies. And they're so powerful. And the first thing that you have to do if you want to eliminate financial confusion and fear is you've got to have a way to move beyond the investment portfolio. You need advice that's actually going to make a difference. And the second thing that you're going to have to require is you're going to want a way to know that your plans are on track and that you're actually going to reach your most important financial goals. So let's dive in and talk about step number 1. How do you move beyond the investment portfolio? I work in the dental industry, and sometimes I feel like I'm married to the work. Anyone ever feel like you're married to your job? Like literally, I sleep with a dentist every single night. I am married to my work. And when I first met my wife, I was an investment advisor who focused on the investments. And lo and behold, my wife had a lot of issues in her practice that had nothing to do with her investment portfolio. She was stressed out over the cash flow of the practice. She was stressed out over marketing the practice and had tax issues. And as that ordinary wealth advisor who was focused on investments alone, I couldn't help her move beyond the practice. So I actually reached out and I hired some of the best mentors and best people in my industry to really teach me a process that I'm going to share with you and you can read about in my book. It's called wealth management. And as my wife and I started to implement wealth management, and I'll teach you the formula here in just a moment, we were able to really move beyond just the investments into another area called advanced planning. And advanced planning is what made a massive difference for us because by implementing advanced planning, we were actually able to get our practice on track. We were able to improve the cash flow. We were able to mitigate taxes and really build a strong financial future for her. But really, the moment it all came home for us is I want you to imagine sitting in a doctor's office under harsh fluorescent lights, much like this. And imagine that doctor coming in and about to tell the person you love the most if they have a future in their chosen career. Well, that's the situation my wife and I found ourselves in. She was facing a potential disability. Her hands weren't working anymore. And as dentists, you know your hands are everything. Imagine not being able to hold the forceps to do extractions anymore. Well, the reason we won't forget that moment is because we had moved beyond the investment portfolio. We had done advanced planning. We had run the numbers, and we knew that no matter what that doctor told us, we were going to be okay. And that's the same thing I want for you. And I want to share with you real quick the wealth management formula that really put us in a great position. I want you to write this down. You're going to remember this formula for the rest of your life. And it's wealth management equals investment consulting plus advanced planning plus relationship management. And what's crazy, this investment consulting part, every single wealth advisor does this. 100% of wealth advisors do investment consulting. But the advanced planning piece, the piece that really gave my wife a lot of financial confidence and clarity, only 6.8% of advisors do that, right? 6.8%. That's crazy, right? Out of a room of 100 advisors, less than seven advisors are doing any form of advanced planning whatsoever. And then the last piece, relationship management, this is having a team of the best individuals to help you implement all those advanced planning strategies. That formula right there will help you move beyond the investment portfolio and it'll change your life. You're going to remember that formula forever. And I just want you to imagine for a moment, how would your life change if you were able to move beyond the investment portfolio? If you had a plan in place that gave you confidence, would things be better for you? Would that help instill some confidence? So that's number 1. You got to move beyond the investment portfolio. The second thing that you want to consider and look at in building a world of financial confidence is you need a way to make sure your plans are going to deliver as you expect. And this is so important because when it comes to planning, when it comes to looking at things, you really want to make sure that you're on track. We got any sports fans in the room? Right? We love sports. And maybe for some of you, your favorite sport is baseball or basketball. And my guess is you love it when your team wins. Anyone like it when your team wins? How much do you like it when your team loses? No, right? We want our teams to win. And for me, The sport that I love is Formula One racing. I love the cars, I love the speed, I love the excitement, and these cars, they are fast. Anyone know how fast a Formula One car goes? Any guesses? 200? 300. 200 miles an hour. 200, anyone ever gone 200 miles an hour? Oh, Misty, yes! We got to talk afterwards. Oh, with Dr. Even better. I love it. Well, what's crazy is when they're going around that track at 200 miles an hour, precision matters. Precision is everything. And if that steering wheel is off by just 1 degree, that can make the difference between winning the race and losing the race. And the same is true in your financial lives. If your planning is off by just a small amount, if you've miscalculated inflation, if you've miscalculated the investment returns that you're going to get, if you've miscalculated the taxes that you're going to pay, that can make the difference between winning the race and losing the race. And this is so important. I want you to pick this all up, right? This is something you can go home and you can do immediately. You can stress test your plans. You can start questioning the assumptions. And this is actually so important that in a lot of the research I've helped underwrite on the super rich, and when I say super rich, I mean people worth north of $500 million. So we're talking the ultra wealthy. And when we've done the research on them, it's fascinating what we find. We find that in the last 5 years, the super rich have done something called stress testing of their financial plans. 72% of single family offices, which are the structures the super rich use, they've conducted a stress test on their wealth plans. It's like our president, Ronald Reagan, used to say, trust but verify. And the reason the super rich are always questioning their plans and making sure they're going to get the results they expect is, number one, they actually want to make sure the plans are going to deliver what they expect. And so often in life, what you think you're going to get may not be what you get. And the second reason the super rich do stress testing is they want to make sure they're taking advantage of all the possible opportunities that are out there in the marketplace. How many of you are sure that you're taking advantage of all the strategies and all the tactics that can make a difference for you? How would your life improve if you did know that you were taking advantage of all the strategies? Would things improve for you? Would that help increase the financial confidence that you have? And when it comes to stress testing, I always liken it to going to the doctor. Anyone go to your doctor for your annual physical? Right? You go in, they do the blood work, they check you out, and you usually get a call a week or so later, and the doc says, hey, check out these levels in your blood. You may want to watch this thing, but overall, you're really okay. You're on track. Anyone get upset at your doctor for that result? No, that is a fantastic result. And that helps me sleep better at night. And that increases my confidence in my health. And the same is true with your financial planning and your wealth management. And so I really want you to take these two concepts and I want you to implement them. Number one, I want you to work with advisors who help you move beyond the investment portfolio and into the realm of advanced planning. Because that advanced planning is where you can really see a big impact. It's the impact that my wife and I saw. It's the reason we were able to sit in a doctor's office and face a potential disability and not worry about what he was going to tell us. It was the advanced planning piece, coupled with stress testing our wealth plans. We had run the numbers, we had done the planning, and we knew that whatever he told us, we were going to win the race of life. And so can I just take a couple moments to share how I help people like you? Would that be okay? Yeah. The way I help people just like you is through doing exactly what I just taught you. The first step is we help you move beyond the investment portfolio. We take a look at where you are now and where you want to go, and we help you close those gaps. We help you implement advanced planning. And the second way I help people exactly like you is through that stress testing process. We sit down, we figure out, what are you worried about? Is it taxes? Is it inflation? Is it your business? What are you worried about? We'll conduct that stress test and we'll help build even more financial confidence and clarity for you. Because like I said, I want you to live your best life. And I believe your best version of you is the one that's able to move from financial confusion and chaos and uncertainty and move to financial certainty and clarity. Awesome. Thank you. Oh, yeah.